Hello my strong friends, this is the last video of the Zero to Platform series. We started real strong and we're ending where we're ending. I'm here, I'm ready for it. A few of you have been asking for like regularly scheduled videos. Not regularly scheduled, but just like regular vlogs and like stuff that I used to do. That's coming back. I just wanted to like finish this so that whenever I get like, oh, I need advice for my first competition. Not that you sound like that. Whenever someone needs advice for their first competition, they have a place to look and get all the answers and all of the like forewarnings. So this video is going to mostly be about like the top mistakes that I see novice lifters make, or mistakes that I myself made, or to this day, like you'll go to nationals, USAPL nationals, and you'll see people making the same mistakes. So don't be that guy. Try to avoid it with these tips. Before I get into this video, make sure you're already there. You're already here. If you're not subscribed, it's like half of people who watch my video are not subscribed. It's like, if you're already here, you probably like lifting, you probably like competing, you might as well just subscribe. It's like right there, or like right there, whatever. You go ahead and do that, and then let's get into the video. Okay, so for the first mistake that you usually see lifters make, and I've said it in literally every video that we've made in this series, check your rule book. That's like the caveat to everything, is read the rules to your federation, to your meet. Any communication that the meet director has given to you, read it, know it, live it, breathe it, love it, because there's gonna be some weird things that maybe you didn't expect if you had not read it. You'll see a ton of people will show up on meet day at equipment check and the judge will say, you can't wear these strong sleeves. I hope you know that, boo-boo. So just check, especially for equipment. You don't wanna like be training with a belt for 100 weeks and then come meet day, you find out that you cannot use said belt. That is a tragedy. So know what you can wear, and also just keep in mind that just because a certain brand is approved doesn't mean that every product they have is approved. So keep that in mind. This might seem a little bit daunting, but when you're looking in the rule book, just make sure to check on rules around equipment, rules around the weigh-in and like equipment check-in times, because that'll be different from fed to fed. And last, make sure of course you understand the details and the standards around each lift. So those are going to be different from fed to fed. Make sure that you know and are familiar. You can usually solve all of this by going to a meet and reading the rule book. Okay, the next mistake that we see a lot of people kind of overlook is not knowing the like times, where to be, when to be, and like the time and schedule of their actual meet. Know what time you need to show up, what time you compete, and what time you weigh in. So a lot of times, most meet days will have like an AM and a PM session, maybe more. So know which session you're in to begin with. That should be pretty clear to you, but don't show up like 1 hour before you're supposed to compete. Obviously you need to be there 2 hours plus before so that you can weigh in on time, unless it's like a 24-hour weigh-in. So yeah, make sure that you know the like times that you need to be there. And you'll see people at meets who are just there way too early, and it's like they're back in the warm-up room where there's a lot of stimulus, a lot going on, loud noises, and that's just like not the environment that you want to be in. So if you can, like try to avoid getting there way early. Just show up for your weigh-in time on time, and also know how long that weigh-in window is, because that's gonna come into factor if you miss weight, and I'll talk a little bit more about weigh-ins in a little bit. Another thing that we see a lot of people overlook is not having a handler or handling themselves at a competition. This might be a little picky or a little like diva, because you know I'm a very high anxiety diva. If you can, have a handler or a friend or a lifting partner come there. Ideally, your coach can come to the meet and help you out throughout the entire day, kind of be there as someone who knows exactly what's going on, exactly what to expect. If you can't have a coach come, that's probably more common. More often than not, you won't have a coach there. Find a handler, take a lifting partner, or force your mom to watch this entire series and give them an idea of how everything is going to go and their responsibilities. Responsibilities for a handler are to call in your next attempt, help you load and warm up, and kind of help with the timing and flow of the meet. So a handler's going to be really key in doing that. It's just nice to have some support there, someone there like who's on your team on meet day. probably most common thing that you see, the most devastating thing that you see for brand new lifters or novice lifters are opening too heavy. We talked a little bit about that in the last, we talked a lot about that in the last video. So if you haven't checked out the attempt selection video, make sure you watch that one. We will very often see lifters just open way too heavy or miss a lift and then not try that lift again and take a jump. This is something that sometimes you'll see really advanced lifters do. Maybe if they miss on a technical fail, they'll just decide to, you know, accept that they had that weight and it's not a problem, so that they take the risk of going according to their plan as if they hadn't missed that on their opener. So you will see that for first and second attempts, but for brand new people, just get on the board. Just get on the board. Things are feeling really slow in the background, maybe in the back room, maybe lower your opener, and do not jump if you do miss it. So please just make your opener and watch that video that I made the other day. And the last thing, I'm gonna need you to sit down if you're standing watching this. Do not, I repeat, do not cut for your first meet.
Do not cut for your first meet.
Don't do it. Look at my face.
I'm staring into your soul. You don't need to cut for your first meet.
Okay? Was that spooky? Because it's almost Halloween. Seriously, in all honesty, this could be the biggest mistake that you make in your life. In your life. Okay, that's a little dramatic, but in your powerlifting career, unnecessarily cutting can just be so detrimental to your meet and so detrimental to your performance that you decide, I am never doing this again. So avoid that feeling. The goal of every lifter for their first meet should be to hit their lifts and hopefully, if everything's feeling groovy, attempt something and hit something and score something that they've never lifted before. That is like primetime A1, holla. You know, that's what you want to be setting yourself up to do, not setting yourself up to weigh as light as you can. I guess you could score a PR for weighing in really light, but let me tell you, it's not fun. It's especially not fun on the first time you're doing it. Now, if you find that you're really competitive, just naturally, then and you're come from a sport like wrestling or fighting where you a weigh-in sport, then maybe it's fine for you. Maybe you already know that a water cut won't hurt you. But let me tell you, it's the most common question that I get. It's the most common question that I get is, should I cut for this meet? And the answer is more than likely always gonna be no. I think unless you're at like top 10% of your weight class, probably no, the answer is no, do not. Usually my guides for whether or not you should cut is like, are you gonna qualify for an awesome meet like the Arnold? Then maybe consider cutting. Are you gonna qualify for a national team or be able to represent your country nationally? Then maybe do it. Are you gonna win money? Then maybe do it. But usually people are never in that situation if it's their first time competing. So yeah, just really take the focus off of making weight and literally don't do anything and just show up, weigh in, and that's the class that you're gonna be weighing in. Even if you're a couple pounds close or not, I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, just show up and lift, which is what you're there to do. Don't worry about the stressors and the added complications that water cutting or cutting weight or dieting will factor. They'll, most of the time, 99% of the time, make you weaker. So that's an added stressor that you don't need and shouldn't have to deal with for your first meet while you're just getting your feet wet and competing. I didn't cut for my first meet, and I only started cutting because I realized that I could be in that top 10%. Okay, I hope you enjoyed me convincing you not to cut water and all of those other tips or mistakes that I see novice lifters make. Plenty of those things I did myself, which is why I had a streak of going 5 for 9 a few meets. don't do that, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a like if you enjoyed any of this content or found any of those tips helpful. And if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I make squats and I have a new schedule and I'm gonna be posting every Tuesday and Thursday. Are you ready for that? Okay, hopefully I can make a video for Thursday. That's the new schedule. I know I've gotten a couple people just comment like, oh, I wish the videos were more frequent, and I'm working on it. We're getting there, don't worry. And yeah, I have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. I'm going to LA for American Open and Weightlifting Worlds, so I will be there if anybody's gonna be in Anaheim. I'm handling a few lifters for the American Open, so if you happen to see me working at the American Open, say what's up, hey, and then we'll take our picture after they compete, because you know, I gotta focus for my girls. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and yeah, we have the bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search. Still haven't heard back yet. What's up with that? Please choose me. Hopefully while I'm in LA, I'll be able to collaborate with your favorite YouTubers and strong people, and that'll be really fun. We'll see you guys in the next video. If you have an idea for what you want to see next, comment it down below, and I shall see what I can do. But P.S. Dress as your favorite YouTuber? Girl.
Hello, my strong friends.
It's my twin!
My strong friends.
I love this girl. Okay, that's Angela W Fit _ So go, thank you, girl. Everybody go follow her because obviously she's one of the smartest people that exists in the world. Bye!